We start this week's reflections with coming back to the letter to the church at Thyatira. And I think it's first really important to note that Jesus has specific things that he wants to speak into each specific church. And perhaps as we go through all these, it would be a good thing to ask, Lord, what are you speaking to our church? What are you speaking to the Springs? Or if you're not a part of the Springs and you're joining us, what is the Lord speaking? What is he saying to our particular expression of the body of Christ? That's one thing. So as we get into this, the commendation, the encouragement that Jesus gives to the church at Thyatira is that they're doing really well, that they're exceeding where they were at first in love, that they're growing in love, that they're growing in faith and in faithfulness, that they're growing in service, and that they are growing in endurance or perseverance. Those are four just amazing kind of qualities of a person, much less a church. But that's what the Lord is encouraging on. You're doing great in these areas. And I believe that this is something that the Lord wants all of us to be doing great in. So I want to ask you to think today, Lord, how am I doing at loving you? How am I doing at loving others? How am I doing in growing in my faith? Am I feeding my faith, or am I just kind of coasting? Am I actually pushing in and moving forward, or am I just coasting? How am I doing in my serving of others? I mean, like serving around the house and serving at work and serving in the public sphere and serving at school and serving in church. How am I doing on that, Lord? To ask the Lord and to let the Lord speak into it. The Spirit of God will bring different kinds of ideas into your mind and help you evaluate, assess things according to his standard, according to his heart. And he's not browbeating you. He's challenging us into a life that's truly life. These are the things of the eternal kind of life, that there is love, there is faith growing, that there is service, that there is perseverance, that when when something doesn't go our way, we don't just kind of cash in the chips and say, oh, whatever, I give up. And I think that there's a lot of give up in us. And the Lord is saying, I don't want that give up in you. I want you to surrender to me, but I want you to press in to the challenges that are facing you in life. So that's where we'll start this week.